It has been written about over and over again how college is an economic equalizer. There will never be a point in your life where you are around such people with different economic backgrounds.
That is networking.
What does it take to get a job nowadays? Like an entry-level position. What does it take to get that?
Don't go on TikTok and complain. That will be one of the things.
Because I've been job searching for over a year. I have a bachelor's degree. I have research experience. I have work experience of over 4 years. And I keep getting...
Okay, if you have work experience of over 4 years, I'm not saying she doesn't. How are you not turning that into something? Here's the issue. I have experience. Awesome. I'm going to go back to the same thing. What have you done? I'm going to give you guys a resume tip that most people don't do. People will tell you, put bullet points on it and put all the experience you have. No, nobody gives a shit. 10 years experience in this, nobody cares. Every single bullet point on your resume should either be a number or a name drop. That's it. If there's a number or a name drop on that bullet point, it means garbage. And do not put experience. My responsibilities included. No one gives a shit. Don't do that. So instead say, dealt with this project, helped with this number of people, this amount of money, this amount of customers, this amount of this, numbers in it. An example of a bullet point, bad and good. Here's bad. Responsibilities included accounts payable and customer relations. Means nothing. That's, you might as well just wipe your ass with that. Useless. A better bullet would be, ran an accounts payable department of 3 members that was responsible for $7 million monthly and dealt with 40 customers every week. Number. What did you do? What did you achieve? That's the issue. And then right underneath that bullet, receivables went from $1 million a month down to $500,000 a month within 60 days. That's an achievement. That's a good resume bullet. That's a good resume. She's not doing that. Or she hasn't done anything, right? Either she hasn't done that or she hasn't done anything. And she's just sat around for 4 years and was told what to do. And I don't need you. Particularly with AI, if you don't have what they're now calling agency, what most of us would call initiative, but now in the HR world, they're calling it agency. But I think most of us would call it initiative. If you don't have initiative, you're not valuable. And that may hurt. But I'm trying to tell you how to get a job. Show you have initiative. Most of these people don't have initiative. They have entitlement. If you have entitlement, you are a walking lawsuit. I don't want to hire you.
Rejection after rejection after rejection. I have been, getting advice from recruiters on this app, from people who give career coaching advice online.
It's not working. You should be watching my show.
Tailor my resume. I include cover letters even when it's not required. I do like a bullet point list that's easy to read, why I'm a...
Oh my God. Grace says, a lot of baristas with masters. I see it in New York City all the time, Grace. Consistently, I see it. Consistently, I see it. Right? People say, I got 2 masters. And I'm like, great. I'll take a half and half in that, please. Yeah, don't care.
Good fit. I go on LinkedIn. I reach out to the hiring managers or the recruiters that work for the company. And I'll even reach out to people who already work in the position.
Yeah, Kintugi says number or name drop. Yes, the name drop piece either can be a company you've worked with that will be valuable to the person, or a person's name if it's an important person in that world, or a title that's important. So reported directly to the CEO, that's a name drop. Dealt with companies such as Estee Lauder, Pepsi, blah, blah, if that matters in that world, right? So number or name drop. Or could be the person's name. Say there's a very important person in that group that matters. You're doing IT and like someone cares you work with Elon Musk. I don't know if that's true, but if it is true, you put his name. So yes, absolutely. That's what you would do.
Position that I'm applying to. I do all of that after I apply, and I still get rejected. And then even if I make it to the next level with interviews and I do a good job, I'm prepared, I answer the questions great, everything.
Okay, the more questions you answer, the less you're getting that job. Let me repeat that. the more questions you answer, the less you're getting that job. Because college taught you that answering the questions correctly is how you get you win. That's how you get a high grade. Utterly untrue. The more questions they ask you and the more you answer, the more you ain't getting that job. I know people come back and go, Larry, I had a great interview. You did? Yeah, I answered a ton of questions. I said, oh, you ain't getting a job. What? But I answered all the questions right. This isn't college. The less questions they ask, that means they don't want to find a reason to get rid of you, which means they like you, so they're brushing you through the process. The more questions they ask, the more you're cooked. And you think, no, I'm winning because they're asking. No, you should be asking them questions. Oh, yes. I'm 13-0 with jobs I went for. I've never not gotten a job. Zero chance I didn't get a job. 13-0. Correct. I'm undefeated. Now I don't look for jobs anymore, right? But when I did, I'm 13-0. Interviews get you a job. Answering questions is how you pass a test. The more they're talking, the more you're winning. When I go to an interview, I'm saying almost nothing. They're talking the whole time. They're talking. I'm going, I'm doing this. I'm nodding my head all day. That's how I get a job. Yeah, that's utterly wrong. That's why she's not getting it. And when recruiters say you have to know how to answer questions, no, you don't. You have to know how to ask a question. That's how it actually works. Kintsugi, oh, you looking for a job, Kintsugi? They say to list accomplishments, not experience, right? True. Yes. 100% true. That's absolutely accurate. Yes.
Seems send out my thank you emails. I'm very responsive to them, very professional in all of my communications with them. Even with all of that, I'm still not getting jobs. And like I said, it's been over a year and I don't know what to do anymore. So my dad is one of.
All right. Ryan says, Larry, what if you're trying to get a job at a grocery store, McDonald's? Here's what you want to do. And be very forward with you guys. If you want to get a job and this has been true since I was a kid, and that was like 5 years ago. Since I was a kid, it's been true. What does a manager or a franchise owner at a grocery store or a McDonald's want? Someone who's going to take the job seriously and who wants to grow in that job. Someone who doesn't say this is a fast food joint, but calls it a restaurant. Someone who calls the grocery store an actual store. Someone who actually cares about customer service. Talk about how you could fix things, make things better. You go to McDonald's, go, yeah, I got some experience, whatever. You're another guy. But talk about how, no, I think managing this store will be amazing. I think we could take care of some good stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're serious. Most people aren't. Here's the reality of places like McDonald's and other places. Who does McDonald's and other franchises, who do they actually give their franchises to? Almost all the time. Two types of people more than anything. Rich people. No, that's not true. Smart people. No, that's not true. People who already own a franchise. I'm not joking. They like to have multiple franchise owners. Why? Because you know how to run a store. You're a franchise owner and you're successful. So they like giving more franchises to people who already own a franchise and to people who've been working there for years and are managers. So if you want to actually grow, you could leave your high school. I want you to go to high school, go work at McDonald's, take it seriously. Within 3 years, at minimum, you're a manager. Within 5 years, for sure, you're a manager of a store. You say that 10 years, you're probably going to get offered a franchise. They'll finance you. Why? Because the odds are you're going to be successful. And all they want is a successful franchise. Yeah, that's how you make McDonald's work. Now, the question is, do you want to work at McDonald's for 10 years? Do you want to be a restaurateur? Is that what you want to do, particularly when it comes to casual dining? It's not an easy gig. Those of you who work there, that's not easy. But if you put your mind to it, even that could work. Even that could work. So you can do it if you want to. But again, do you want to? I don't know. Up to you. But I hope that answers your question.
Those dads that doesn't believe like how hard it is to get a job right now with like the job market. But he's a teacher, and so he is on summer break right now, and so he's looking for like a part-time job for the summer. And I feel like he thought this was going to be a big aha moment, like for all of his, like children of like, see how easy it is. Like I went to the store, I talked to the manager, I introduced myself, and then I got the job.
Now that's true, but here's the problem. Why is that not real anymore? Because government policies has destroyed the mom and pop. Her dad was right. That is how it worked. No longer. Those days are sadly over. They are. They're over because government has made sure that small businesses is knocked out. The small business is how that used to work, right? That's how you can get a job in a small business. Now it's hard to find them now. And they're scared. They hire the wrong person. Here's the worst part. All the rules they made to protect the employee have made sure that a small business is so afraid to hire anybody because this woman sues you. Look, the penalties that are made by these laws are all written by big business. If you have to drop 50 grand on some lawsuit, big business doesn't care. That's nothing. They're laughing at that. They're happy. They lose that. They're paying one of their lawyers that. That's just fine. They don't care. Fine. No big deal. You're a small business. That's the end of you. You're finished. That's the end of you. You're done because she's mad. Somebody's mad. You're finished. That's how it works. That's why they won't do it.